Hey y'all. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? What is going on this lovely it's Sunday morning. What's going on? How you guys doing? Y'all. So, married at first sight, y'all, I don't even know what I'm doing with that. Eventually we'll get there, okay? I don't know, maybe later. I don't know, whatever. But y'all, I came to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And y'all know I don't review Love and Marriage Huntsville at all, okay? It's messy. It's a messy show. The fan base is messy. I've seen so many YouTubers on the internet yelling at the screen about, the stand culture over there, okay? I done seen so many YouTubers say, I'm not reviewing this show no more. I'm done with it. Y'all crazy. And I decided I'm just gonna stay over here in my little old lane, okay? Um, and so every now and then something happens on the show that just disappoints me. Like, who picked these people up and was like, let's put them on the show? Because at some point, when does this system end? Like, y'all, I am totally disgusted at the clip that I got in my DMs when me and my members were talking about it. So I'm gonna let y'all come up in here because we really gotta talk about this whole situation. Hey y'all, what's going on? Um, I don't know if it's the pregnancy hormones that was getting to me, but after I listened to this clip, I really got emotional. And a part of me, like I cried. I cried because I could not believe that a husband, who's supposed to cover his wife, would even fix his mouth to say some of the things that he said. So if you guys don't know, Maurice, who is married to Kimmy from Love and Marriage Huntsville, did a interview with Carlos King, and it was disgusting. I didn't watch the whole interview. I got sent the clip. I'm not that invested in it, but I just could not believe for the life of me, for one, why he would say the things that he said, and for two, why did Kimmy allow this? Like, what is going on in the brain that this is okay? It's not okay. It's not okay. So for all of you guys who did not hear what he said, I'm gonna play it on my phone so you guys let me know if you can hear it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. And I think the choice of words is what really like struck a nerve, y'all. The choice of words really struck a nerve because I could not imagine suffering through and faking it while I'm healing from cancer. Now I don't know if he it doesn't matter if her cancer was you guys let me know if did she is she in remission, like did she beat cancer? You guys let me know for sure because I just need to know, did she over, if she beat it. I think she did, but I can't be for sure, and I don't want to say she did if she didn't. But nonetheless, I'm praying that, um she comes out of this healed. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. So let me know. Yeah, oh God, thank God she beat it. Woo, okay. Thank God. Because I just can't imagine, like, what. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna play it, y'all. So go ahead, like the video, like the video, like the video. Drop me some yellow hearts, let me know you hear it, and I'm about to play it for you guys right now. So let me know if you can hear it.
Despite what she's going through right now, you still feel like there's a happy medium in terms of her pleasuring you.
There's a difference between wants and needs, all right? And I'm a person who actually needs sex, not a person who wants sex. Now, at times I want it, but I actually need it. Life throws us curveballs like what we're going through right now. What Kimmy is doing is admirable as a spouse. To roll over and suffer through it, fakes it, all for me. Because at that moment, it's something that she completely didn't desire. Right? So I look at it as her.
That much of a sexual person to where, despite what she's going through right now, you still feel like there's a happy medium in terms of her pleasuring you.
There's a difference between wants and needs, all right? And I'm a person who actually needs sex, not a person who wants sex. Now, at times I want it, but I actually need it. Life throws us curveballs like what we're going through right now. What Kimmy is doing is admirable as a spouse. To roll up.
That's the first clip. And it's so much to unpack in just that first clip. And thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Sheila. Are you a sex addict? Because if you're a sex addict, you need to go to rehab. You need to go to rehab. The fact that you sit there and say your wife rolls over, oh, child, I just can't. Rolls over, suffers through it, and fakes it for you. What kind of pleasure do you get out of the fact knowing? I'm not saying, oh, you know how sometimes the women fake it and the men don't know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you know for a fact in your brain that your wife suffers. Why do you want her to suffer in something that's supposed to be pleasurable? Not only do you know she's suffering and she's faking it and you're okay, and for some strange reason, you get off by this. This gets you off. This turns you on. It's sick. I just don't understand. And then it's admirable of her. Like, because that's what, that's what a wife has to do. This is me standing beside her while she's standing beside me. So even though she's going through cancer and radiation and, body aches and pain, and she's already suffering physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm just going to go ahead and say, you might as well please me in the process to make me feel good because I'm sticking with you through all of this. Baby, hell no. Absolutely not. He makes it seem like him holding his wife down, even though he took vows that said, for better or worse, through sickness and health, to stick by her side, that he's doing her a favor. So she needs to do him a favor. And the favor that she needs to do for him is suffering and faking for his pleasure. No consideration, none whatsoever. How about just holding your wife and consoling her? How about just nurturing her and giving her a massage? How about building intimacy in other ways that does not include you sticking your peen in her? How about letting her know that you're really there for her? This isn't the flu. This isn't like, oh, I got a cough. Oh, I don't feel good. You need sex. You go in the shower, do what you got to do, and come back. Because I'm trying to understand how you are a grown man and you can't control yourself. You can't put your wants and needs aside for the sake of your wife's health. A part of me is like, I'd rather you cheat on me. I'd rather you cheat on me than make me suffer and fake it for your pleasure. Because that's even worse. That already shows that you have no remorse. You don't care about me. You can't care about me. Because even you could understand, it's the choice of words that he uses baffles me because suffer. All right, let's get into the second clip.
All right. Standing by me while I'm standing by her. As difficult as it may seem, we should all feel that we would be better people and say, oh, no, I don't want or need sex for however long it takes for you to recover. But we then live in reality where that's not true.
I want to ask you this. When you say you need sex, not want it, you need it. Obviously, there's things we need. We need oxygen. We need water. There's certain things we need in order to be able to live a healthy life. Why do you need sex?
I need sex standing by me while I'm standing by her. As difficult as it may seem, we should all feel that we would be better people and say, oh, no, I don't want or need sex for however long it takes.
We should feel as human beings that it sounds good to say, I don't want or need sex. You don't need sex. You may want sex, but you don't need sex. I'm just trying to figure out From what age that you were born all the way up until you lost your virginity did you die? Please help me. From what age was you born to when you lost your virginity did you die? That you needed it? There's so many people out here who are practicing celibacy, people who are being virgins until they're married, all types of stuff. And I'm just trying to figure out, when did you die, sir, from not getting sex? I need to show me somebody give me a link, an internet article or something where somebody literally died from not having sex. Now, I can tell you people who have died from having sex unprotected. That probably will show up before you find someone who actually died from not having sex. And then he said it so casually, like, people can act like they don't want or need sex and until you get better, but it's just the reality of it is not it. Yes, there is the reality. The reality is that you can, if she's not having sex, what makes you think you cannot have sex? I'm just curious. So you're going to die and she's going to end up living? So I read the comments and a lot of people said this sounds like essay to the extreme. Spousal essay to the extreme. Okay. But there was a comment. Where is it at? Delicious comment. Where's Delicious comment at? Okay. So Delicious said, let me see if I can find it. She said, this is what many women go through. And it's a sad truth. And women who don't bend end up broken by affair or divorced or both. This is what many women go through. And it's a sad truth. And women who don't bend end up broken by affair or divorced or both. Divorce me, please. Divorce me, please. Because you're not worthy of me. You don't deserve me. And I feel like, did we really condition ourselves as women to get to a point where we have to be on our sick bed and pleasure a man in order to keep him? Where like, I just don't understand. Why do we have to suffer through and fake through? Or a man's gonna go out, cheat on us, or a man's gonna go out and divorce us because physically we can't pleasure him. At what point did we sign up for this in our brain? And I'm not one to turn down my husband. If he wants it, he can have it. As long as I'm up for it. I mean, but he also is not going to try me while I'm dying. He also is not going to try me when I'm sick. Like, there's no boundaries. Where are your boundaries? Where do we set the boundaries? Is this something that we need to start discussing with our partners before we decide to get in relationships and get married and stuff? Just for instance, if I was to get sick, just wondering, and I couldn't, perform, sexual activities, would you A, cheat on me, B, divorce me, or C, make me suffer through it? Like, what? And I feel bad for Kimmy because the thought in her brain is, I am doing this for him because I'm his wife and I'm obligated to do this as his wife. You're not obligated to do absolutely nothing you don't want to do. Wife, husband, partner, spouse, whatever you want to be, not obligated to do absolutely nothing. And I think that that's crazy that she obviously feels as though this is something she needs to do because she's doing it. You know what's crazy? You said that she knew who she was marrying though. And I think that's something that's really you have to take with a grain of salt because she didn't know that she was going to get diagnosed with cancer. You know what I mean? So you don't really know how a person's going to act in a terminal illness or how a person's going to act when you're really down. And I mean, it's one thing to say, of course I'll be there when you got the flu. Of course I'll be there but when you get to those points, like there are people who like, get in bad car accidents and they can't walk or no more, or they lose their sight, or they lose an arm or a foot, and things change. Like you don't know what you're signing up for, or you don't know that person to that extent until you're in that situation. You know what I mean? And I feel like I honestly will hope, because I don't know, but I will hope that a part of her does not feel as though a part of her didn't think that I will lose my husband if I don't have sex with him if I ever get cancer. Like that's not something that women think about. Now women do say like, you know what, I'm going to have sex with my husband to keep him, because you got to always be sexual, this, that, and the other. Women do think about stuff like that, but then at the end of the day, that's not going to stop a man from wanting to do what he want to do anyway. Let me see what you say. She knew he did orgies. She knew, and they were compatible enough to marry. She did orgies. But him doing orgies don't have nothing to do with making her suffer and fake having sex with him. That's why I'm confused, y'all. You talking about the sex drive? Now that I can understand. And I feel like at that point, that's a decision that he has to make. She physically can't, because her body is not allowing her, not because she doesn't want to, because she physically is emotionally, mentally drained. And the only thing you could think about from your wife and the only thing you can want from her is sexual activity. It says a lot about the relationship y'all have. It says a lot about how he looks at you. It says a lot about how much he loves you, how much he cares for you. It says a lot about that. And I don't know if I could be with someone who feels like that. He might be a sex addict. And I feel like you're right, Josh. But if he's going to be a sex addict, I would. Now, this could just be me. Now, y'all let me know if this y'all feel the same, or if y'all feel like you rather you suffer through it and fake it. I'd rather him cheat on me. If he's a sex addict and sex addict just needs sex, and it's something I can't do, and I know that's my man, my man gonna have to get some sex from somewhere. And you can't tell me that he's not cheating on her. I'm sorry, you can't tell me he's not cheating on her. You can't tell me he hasn't cheated on her. You can't tell me that this wasn't going to be a thing. Because if he could sit there and can't not have sex while she's recovering from cancer, yeah, or just an open marriage or something. Because if you can't control yourself while your spouse is healing from cancer, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Go to what's the addicts class? Go to rehab. He got to be cheating. There's no way you can't tell me that this man's not cheating. Men cheat for less. And then turn around a couple of years from now and find out he was cheating on you because you couldn't have sex with him 3 times a day while you was recovering from cancer. Even though them times you suffered through it. And those times that you faked it for him was not enough. That's how I feel. I honestly feel like that too. I wouldn't want that. But if you feel like you need that, and I know that's what you need in your life, then I'm going to just have to let you go do you. Because there's no way I'm going to put me through that. I choose me over anybody. Please look into, there's a study showing men leaving when women get ill. Please know men leave many times. That's so sick. It's sad. It's so sad. And you know, there's and I seen on the internet now. I don't know how true or untrue this is, but I seen where there are men who are finding women and they come to them and they love bomb them and everything, and then they like marry them or whatnot, and they're sick. And they get with these women to take care of them and this, that, and other because they know women are loyal and will stand by them. So they get them before they really get like sick, so that they can have someone to take care of them and fall in love with them and this, that, and other. And then they die. And then once they die, the children and the family fight the woman that they marry for all their stuff because, you know, that's how it works. So they end up with nothing after stopping their life for a man who love bombed them to death. It just because he wanted to get taken care of before he died. Right. Men leave while women stay and play nurse. Right, Sheila? Divorce me, please, today. I got a friend of a friend who married a guy like that. It's a hot mess. And I was sitting here like, that is so crazy. Because women want this idea and this love so much that but it's psyche. It's psyche because they trick you into not, they don't even tell you that they sick. They get you and they get you in this whirlwind of love and emotion and everything like that. And then bam, they on a deathbed dying and you sitting there taking care of them. Meanwhile, he wouldn't even not he wouldn't he will make you suffer through sex while you fighting for cancer. One woman I know complained her husband cheats, but they met at a sex club. Duh. Yeah, if you met at a sex club, I'm just gonna put it out there. He cheating, she cheating, they cheating. Y'all might as well go ahead and have what y'all call go to them sex parties together. She had, oh, I'm not sure what kind of cancer she had. I just know that it's disgusting that he would even make that he would even say that out of his mouth. And my thing is Carlos King, um, Carlos King actually left it out and left it in there. He left it in there. A part of I would have been like, let me not put this up. Let me not, because like this is a bad look. I could not support a show, a person of that character. Because this isn't this not even the basic everyday. Oh, he cheated, she cheated, oh my god, it's a mess. You are literally, this is essay to a certain extent, if you ask me, but I guess not completely because she's a willing participant. But just the fact that you know that she's suffering and faking it is sick to me, because that would be like, we should stop. Maybe we shouldn't do this. You sure you okay? This is why it's hard for me to get into Carlos King um shows. A part of me feels like he takes pleasure in seeing the downfall of black marriages. And I know like we watch it, so it's kind of like, oh, well, it's messy and we like the mess. But I feel like when that's how you sell your shows, it's kind of disturbing. Okay. Because it's not like the girls are just kitty, like, they having cat fights and they being petty and stuff like that. These are literally people's marriages on display. And I know that people marriages go through all types of stuff. They're just so happy to be on TV. But it's just something about the way it's pushed that bothers me with those shows, and which is why I don't review them, because I can't get into it. And being someone who is married to a black man, and it's just like, I'm not going to subscribe to this idea. You say you think Carlos was shocked. Carlos said, I think he was shocked too. And a part of me would have been like, sir, I'm going to need you not to say what you just said ever again. Because even in the comments, they eating him up alive. And like, sir, you don't understand that what you're saying is disgusting. Yeah, yeah, these shows are becoming to be very toxic, almost criminal. Right. It's to a point where it's not even, there's no celebration of black excellence. There's no celebration of like every, I understand like you get to see like people in power, or people having a life of love, like people having a life of luxury, or owning businesses and stuff like that, but all of that gets overshadowed by scandals. And I'm not saying that TV is not supposed to have scandals because it's TV, but when it's so bad to the point where like the interviews is saying, oh, my wife is suffering through it and faking it for me, it's beyond me. I got sick 2 years into my relationship. We at year 15. So these men will leave and cheat. Just ain't. That's sad. Carlos low key exposed Martell with the color outside the lines comment. Oh, basically cheating. Basically cheating. Like, it's so sick. It's so sad. And I really want us to do better as women, and just knowing our worth, and just knowing that just because you feel as though you being a perfect wife, and whatever that perfect wife or spouse or partner looks like to you in your mind, or what you've been trained or taught and conditioned, that if you don't have a sex with a man, he's going to go get it from someone else. If you don't do this for him, he's going to go do it with someone else. Just don't subscribe to that mental mentality, because that man's going to do what he want to do regardless. You could have sex with him every day of the week, he'll still find a way to cheat on you. You could cook for him every day of the week, he'll still find a way to cheat on you. So at the end of the day, you need to be the person you want to be for your spouse and your partner, and let the chips land where they will. You said she probably was faking it before her diagnosis. I would hope not. Now I don't understand that, because I ain't got time to be faking absolutely nothing. I ain't got time to be faking absolutely nothing. And if I gotta fake it, baby, we were not making it to marriage. That's it. Right, perfect wife with an imperfect husband. No thanks. And that's another thing. Why are we marrying people that we gotta fake it with? Absolutely not. So there's a lot of places you could be unhappy in life, and that's not gonna be one of them. Not when I have the choice to make it better. Okay, the way it sounds like she's probably been faking it, because he obviously don't care about her pleasure at all, at all. Let's be honest, they are exposing themselves. They know Carlos just provided the stage, so I blame the cast of their actions. Carlos just showing what a mess these folks are. I mean, you got a point. You got a point. You can't exploit what's not being put up for exploitation, right? Got a point. Mm-mm-mm. Well, perfect. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to come talk to you guys about, because I haven't talked to you guys in a long time, and I wanted to come up here and just go through this, and I don't want this to be a long live. We're gonna come back and talk about Beth and Jamie are getting a divorce, officially are divorcing. We're gonna talk about Justin's diagnosis, those two subjects in our Married at First Sight live, I guess. And then I don't know if I'm going to record a review for Married at First Sight, the reunion part 2, or if I'm gonna let it go, because I really don't feel like I don't feel like rewatching it. I just don't. But Ready to Love comes back Friday. Ready to Love comes back Friday. I'm so excited, so excited, so excited. So we probably go through the cast sometime this week. I don't have their Instagram, so if you guys find any of the cast Instagrams, send them to me, send them to me, send them to me, so we can scroll the Instagrams. And whoever's I don't have, we'll just look at the picture, make our little commentary, and move on. What happened? The reunion, yeah, all that, all of that. That's something like I don't know if I want to go back. It was kind of pointless to me. Everything's repetitive. They keep trying to force why they forcing Kirsten and Shaquille to be together. I don't know for what, but y'all will get into the things later on today. So we'll be back later on. Shandy, if you go to Courtney and Eddie's channel, he talks about his diagnosis with Klinefelter disease. And I don't know if you remember, but me and Queen E was on live talking about Klinefelter disease when we got the DM that someone said that he was in a study group that he may have that. And we talked about all the um side effects and things that it has, and we was like, that sounds like Justin, and then he came out and said that he definitely does have it. So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about Beth and Jamie. Beth and Jamie, I had hope for. I know that's my favorite toxic couple. No, women don't have to suffer. Be alone, pleasure yourself, love yourself, because ain't nobody putting up with that. But I'm gonna jump up off here. Make sure you guys like. And we'll be back a little bit later, okay, y'all? Because I'm hot and I need some air. And if I turn my air on, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud in here. So I'll be back once I cool off, and we'll talk about some more things a little bit later. All right, y'all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Drop me some yellow hearts. Let me know that you was here. And if you're in a part of the replay game, comment down below. All that good stuff. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.